If you feel like defeating the enemy is a daily battle, you are not alone. There are so many ways that I've noticed I am fighting the fight against the evil one, all for the glory of God. And it is so hard as a person, especially I think a Catholic wife and mother. So if you have been feeling this way and need some encouragement and you want to know what tool I use to help me when I am feeling low, when I'm feeling weak, you have come to the perfect video. If you're new to my channel, I know there are several of you who are. I'm Ina Cecilia with The Little Way, and I offer encouragement to women, especially wives and mothers, who are just trying to get through the day, the hour, the minute. There's lots of joy, but there's a lot of hardship. And I think building community, albeit through YouTube, is really impactful, and it can make you feel less alone. Even if it's things that you have been thinking, you have one more person to tell you that you're on the right track. And so we go over a lot of things in marriage and motherhood and faith. Today you'll notice me doing some homemaking. I'm getting ready this morning. I'm in my second trimester, and I still want to get ready because I want to honor God through honoring my temple, honoring my body, and I just feel better when I cook and pull weeds and all the things you'll see me do. I also make a very simple, easy, inexpensive, no-bake dessert. Your family will love it. I have already made it twice, and my family left 0 leftovers. So you'll see that toward the end. Let's get into the nuts and bolts of why I made this video. I've been thinking a lot about how can I continue to grow in my faith? What are some tools and tricks that I can use to defeat Satan, to fight the fight, especially when I feel like I don't even have what I need. I don't have a sword. I don't have a shield. And we know we always have those things. We have prayer. We have the rosary. We know we have our guardian angels with us, but we can still feel alone. Sometimes those battles feel really hard, and they feel like they pop up out of nowhere. They pop up in our marriage. They pop up in motherhood. So I am the type of person where I like to think of creative ways to practice my spiritual life, to exercise those spiritual muscles. And these are things that you could probably find if you attended a retreat, or if you do run a retreat. This is an activity that you can use. And what I'll do is, if you need me to create a graphic or a printable, leave me a comment below. I also would love to hear what your current spiritual battle is. Leave me a comment so that I can pray for you. I know there are things like homeschooling that we're dealing with. Maybe we're dealing with our finances. We feel like we don't have enough money, or we continue to get these overdraft fees. Maybe you're dealing with an aging parent and you need prayers because your aging parent is going through dementia or Parkinson's or something that is really difficult for you to support because they are used to being independent. And so now you have to deal with being their adult child, trying to support them in ways they're not used to, all while still being a parent. So whatever it may be, maybe you're having issues at work. Maybe you're just frustrated about traffic. Maybe your house is a mess. Please share it with me so that I can continue to pray. And this community is so great. I know that several of you read the comments and pray for your fellow sisters. Okay, the biggest tool that I have found helpful, and this can be mental, but I highly suggest getting a piece of paper or getting a diary and doing this exercise on paper, because I think it will really draw out the emotions that you want to draw out so that you can rip them up, or you can do what you need to do in order to move on from any negative thoughts that you have. We always hear that the devil tells us lie after lie after lie. And as much as we wish that was not the louder voice than God, it often is, because it can be all consuming. And it doesn't mean that those are the voices that are going to win. Instead, it just means we need to recalibrate our ears, our sounding board, so that we turn up the volume on God's voice and we turn down to nothing. We turn down the devil's voice. So I thought about creating a document where you can either take a page in half and you split it right down the middle, and on the left side, you write a lie letter, and on the right side, you write a love letter. What is a lie letter and what is a love letter? So a lie letter is spoken and written in the devil's voice. They are the lies that we tell ourselves because we are influenced by the enemy. So I'll give you some examples shortly, but they are things that we know aren't true, but if we don't actively address that we are telling ourselves these things, we are hearing these things, we are giving them life, then we will never be able to get rid of them. Now, I know it feels counterintuitive to write the lies down because then you are giving it life. But if you have been around me for any period of time, you may have heard me say, sometimes you have to give something life in order to kill it. And that is when it comes to things that are negative. So there are things like the lies of the devil where I just have to acknowledge that they are really taking over my headspace and my heart space. And I need to just put them somewhere and then rip it up so that I can move on, because otherwise it just festers inside. So that's what the lie letter is. Then you write a love letter. Now, you can be very specific, and if you're like me, I love tables, I love charts where I can organize them, and you might have a marriage category where you write a lie about marriage, and then next to it, you write the love letter about marriage. Then with motherhood, you write your lie letter about motherhood, and then your love letter about motherhood. You may write your lie letter about work, and then your love letter about work. And it could be really hyper organized, or it can just be stream of consciousness. You're going to write a page as much as you can, everything that's on your mind, all the lies. I'm overweight. I'm never going to lose that baby fat. I'm a bad cook. I am so messy and I always fall behind, and I'm never going to get my laundry in order. I'm never going to qualify for my dream job because I never finished my college degree. I'm never going to have the homestead that I want, whatever it is. And then you can pour into your love letter and just start wherever. The most important things in your life are your faith, your marriage, your family, and God has blessed you with them. So you can start somewhere totally random because that is just what God is calling on your heart. So with that, let me share some examples. I'm going to use the first style of writing, the lie letter versus love letter, so you can actually hear the distinction between the two. A lie letter would be like saying, when it comes to my marriage, half of marriages fail. Your marriage isn't normal. Look at the other marriages you see on social media, on Instagram, on Facebook. If your husband loved you, he would do XYZ, get the roses, make your dinner for you, send you on a romantic getaway. So that is a lie letter that Satan is writing to us. But what would a love letter from God sound like? Instead, I think it would sound like this. Your marriage is sacred, and I am pleased with how you are honoring my design. You are a beautiful wife, and I know that how you are faithful in your marriage is indicative of how you are faithful to me. Your husband loves you. He is faithful to you, and so on and so forth. Now let's look at what a lie letter from the evil one would look like when it comes to motherhood. It might start with, you aren't doing enough. You are ruining your children. You'll regret your decisions down the road. Just wait and see. It doesn't matter how hard you try, your children will be broken. And you can get into specifics about what they're going through. It doesn't matter how much you practice with them, with baseball, with piano. It's not going to matter. It's not going to turn them into these strong, smart, amazing young men and women, etc. Now let's hear what something that God would write in a love letter might sound like. I am so proud of you and how you are answering this vocational call. Did you know that I planned for you to be a mother from the moment I formed you in your own mother's womb? You are doing a beautiful job. Every time you feel like you fall or make a mistake, I am there picking you up. Your children love you because you are you. You have so many unique, special qualities, gifts, and talents that make the mother of the children I gave you. I made you uniquely designed to steward them and love them, you and only you. Let's do one more example. Work. I think we often hear lies from the devil that sound like this. You keep making mistakes. You are meant to be a cog in the machine, working to the bone until you are old and gray. You'll never have enough money. But when I take a moment to remove those lies and try to picture what a love letter from God sounds like, here's what I think he has to say about work. How much I admire and love you for giving your all, multiplying your talents and sharing with your community. I notice every effort you make and every connection you foster. I have plans for you to rest in me, to rest in your family, to rest in goodness. Trust in me because I love you. As I mentioned, you could go on and on. You could talk about your other relationships with your siblings. You could talk about your career, if you're a college student, and what lies God is telling you as a college student. Maybe you're struggling with fertility. Maybe you've had a miscarriage. I remember having to remind myself that Satan was the one during my miscarriages telling me that my womb was too old, that my womb was not capable. And then I thought about God laughing, thinking, do you think that I would say be fruitful and multiply and then tell you that your womb is too old, that your womb is not healthy, that your womb is not capable? So you could really do this with anything. I think it's a great exercise for even younger children. You could do this with your homeschool. You could do it with your 5-year-old, your 6-year-old, your 7-year-old. What are things that we think the devil says that make us turn away from God, that are absolutely not true? Things that stop us, things that distract us. And they may come up with really innocent, sweet things to just get them started, like candy is good for you, you won't get cavities, or my friends don't play with me because I'm bad at gymnastics. It could be anything. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope you'll take a moment today to write your lie letter, rip it up, laugh in its face, and then write your love letter and thank God that he has blessed you with a new tool that helps you truly hear his voice. If you want to hear more thoughts about hearing God's voice, I have another video in my playlist for homemaking encouragement, and there's lots of other things in there. Thank you again for joining me. Again, leave me those comments. How can I pray for you? Was this helpful? What tools do you use? And I will see you in the next video. Thank you and God bless.